Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a digital product that's actually making some serious waves in the content creation space. And honestly, for something you almost never see, brutal honesty. We're doing a completely objective, totally hype-free unboxing of Ann Lee's AI Content Conversion Kit. If you're using AI to spin up content, you'll definitely want to stick around for this one.
All right, Section 1, the blank screen problem.
Okay, let's dive into this. Before we even get to the nuts and bolts, we've got to talk about the universal problem this thing actually solves. Be completely honest with me here. Have you ever opened up ChatGPT or maybe Claude, totally ready to crush a welcome email, and then you just stare? You know the feeling. You type in something kind of vague, 20 minutes literally vanish, and what do you get? Some robotic output that sounds exactly like a 19th century butler. It is so frustrating. Staring at that blank prompt, well, it basically drains all your creative energy before the actual writing even kicks off.
Moving right along to Section 2, let's actually unbox the conversion kit. And that specific frustration, that's exactly where the AI Content Conversion Kit enters the chat. Now, to be clear, what we're looking at here isn't some magical software tool, and it's definitely not a get-rich-quick traffic scheme. It's a tangible 66-page reference document, literally a highly structured prompt library delivered right to your desktop in fully editable DOCX and TXT formats. It's really designed to be a practical, everyday desk reference that you keep open right next to your AI tool of choice.
What's cool is that the creator of this kit, Ann Lee, is super upfront about why this resource even exists in the first place. She says, and I quote, "I built this to solve a frustration I kept running into myself, starting from a blank screen and spending more time writing the prompt than the actual content." I mean, wow, right? Talk about relatable. I think that establishes a massive foundation of trust right out of the gate, because she built this purely out of her own practical necessity. She's just sharing the polished, organized version of what actually worked for her own business.
Okay, let's pop the hood. Section 3, inside the 7 categories. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just how beautifully comprehensive the whole setup is. We aren't just looking at a list of generic write me an article commands. There are 35 distinct conversion-focused frameworks here, and they're divided really evenly. So whether you need a script for YouTube Shorts, a killer lead magnet opt-in, or just some direct sales copy, there are exactly 5 highly tuned prompts dedicated to each of those specific focus areas. It basically covers the whole shebang when it comes to what digital creators actually need today.
But honestly, the real game changer is how these things are built. Every single prompt in the kit follows this exact highly logical 4-part structure. First up, you get the purpose, so you're not out here using a hammer when you need a screwdriver, right? Second is the template, which has these super easy bracketed variables you just fill in. Third, you actually see an example of a successful AI-generated output. And finally, adaptation, which gives you specific notes on tweaking it to fit your unique niche. It totally eliminates the guesswork from your workflow.
All right, let's shift gears to Section 4, understanding the PLR license.
So, beyond the actual prompts, this kit includes something that completely flips the script: full private label rights, commonly known as PLR. Now, if you're new to the reselling space, PLR basically means you get a license that lets you take this original 66-page document, edit it up, customize it, rebrand the whole thing with your own name, and then turn around and sell that modified version directly to your own audience. And the absolute best part? You keep 100% of the profits. Seriously, every single penny.
So, the crucial point is really understanding the balance here. While you do get this massive freedom to edit, rebrand, and sell your new version to keep all those profits, there are some strict, non-negotiable boundaries the creator has put in place. You absolutely cannot distribute the original unedited files, like at all. And maybe most importantly, you cannot pass those PLR rights on to your own buyers. So your customers are buying your finished product just for their own personal use, right? They do not get the rights to resell it themselves.
And because Ann Lee is being so wildly transparent here, the sales page explicitly calls out exactly who this product is completely wrong for. It specifically notes that this kit is absolutely not for people who expect to make an income without actually doing any work. It makes zero promises about guaranteed traffic or sales or sudden audience growth, and it is definitely not for anyone hunting for some magical copy, paste, and profit shortcut. You still have to bring your brain to the table, guys. You got to put in the real effort to adapt these templates to your specific market. Like we said, it's a solid starting point, not a magic moneymaker.
Okay, moving right along to Section 5, pricing and bonus materials. Now that we've got a handle on those strict licensing rules, let's talk about the extra value you're getting in the download. And this brilliantly illustrates the physical proof of the 2 bonuses included alongside that massive document. First, you've got a 2026 affiliate program reference list, which features 10 pre-vetted products you can start promoting, plus you get 7 done-for-you email swipe templates that cover everything from a gentle, soft intro email all the way to hard direct sales frameworks. They're honestly perfect just as study references alone.
So, when you stack all of that up, the 66-page document, the 35 detailed frameworks, the full PLR license, and those 2 solid bonuses, you'd probably expect a pretty hefty price tag. But get this, during launch week, the price is a striking $5, literally just $5. That's a one-time payment, no weird recurring charges, no hidden fees. But keeping with the transparency theme, the page is super clear that this price jumps up to $9 the exact minute launch week ends.
Now, your purchase is also backed by a very specific 7-day support first refund policy. But you gotta read the fine print here. This is not one of those no questions asked, I just changed my mind kind of policies. It's genuine buyer protection. It's specifically designed to refund you only if you run into real technical issues accessing the files, or if you can actually prove the product was significantly misrepresented compared to the sales page. Honestly, it's a smart way to prevent abuse while keeping the honest buyers totally protected.
And finally, Section 6, the final review verdict.
So, taking all of this into account, let's move to and see how this builds into the independent findings from the Click Retina review. They highlight some incredibly strong pros here, an exceptionally honest sales page with absolutely zero hype, and highly structured, fully editable files. But they're also quick to list the real-world cons. The absolute biggest hurdle, it requires actual elbow grease. You still have to do the work to customize the text yourself. Plus, there's no built-in traffic generation. Like we said, it's a powerful tool, sure, but it's definitely not a magic wand.
Taking all of that analysis into account, the independent review officially awards the AI Content Conversion Kit a final verdict score of 4.3 out of 5, and it scores that high specifically because of its bold honesty, the total lack of marketing fluff, and just the sheer undeniable utility of the prompt library itself. I mean, at $5, the value math just absolutely works out in the buyer's favor.
Which really brings us to our ultimate takeaway for today. Look, AI is so often sold to us as this magical shortcut, but the grounded reality is that high-quality output still demands real human strategy. So, the question is, are you actually ready to stop searching for copy-paste miracles and finally put in the work required to guide the AI? Because at the end of the day, the blank screen problem isn't going to be cured by buying better software. It's cured by giving better instructions. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.